Welcome back to Top 5.
In a distant realm where warriors from every corner of the anime multiverse gathered for the legendary Who Will Win tournament, an air of tense excitement filled the arena. The colossal structure, made of shimmering glass and steel, towered against an infinite sky, its vast expanse a surreal blend of landscapes from multiple worlds. Spectators from across the anime universe had convened, their fervor palpable as they awaited the commencement of the first battle. This wasn't just any match, it was the first round, and two unlikely contenders were poised to clash: Lucy, the esteemed celestial wizard ranked at 25, and Chainsaw Man, the fierce and monstrous devil hunter ranked 8. As the neon lights of the arena flickered in anticipation, a booming voice echoed, announcing their names to the audience. The ground shook as Lucy, with her long blonde hair tied back and regal fairy tale attire, stepped onto the battlefield. Towering behind her were the celestial spirits she commanded, powerful entities from another dimension, ready to do her bidding. Her experience in battle amidst formidable mages had honed her skills to a razor's edge. With her celestial gate keys clanking at her waist, Lucy radiated confidence, each breath measured, prepared for the fight ahead. She was determined, her eyes narrowing as they locked onto Chainsaw Man across the arena. Chainsaw Man, a figure wrapped in chaos, stepped onto the field, his chainsaw limbs gleaming menacingly under the arena's lights. Denji, the boy behind the Chainsaw Man persona, had faced unimaginable horrors, and his transformation into a hybrid, a devil bursting with raw power, made him a fearsome adversary. His adrenaline coursed as he revved the chainsaw protruding from his head, ready to unleash havoc. A dark smirk creased his lips, he craved the fight, hungry for the challenge and the exhilaration of combat. With a massive roar of approval from the crowd, the battle commenced. The two fighters stared each other down, each calculating their strategy. Lucy knew she had the advantage of ranged combat, her celestial spirits could strike from a distance. But Chainsaw Man's speed and unpredictable fighting style were legendary, making him an unparalleled foe in close quarters. The moment hung in the air, crackling with tension. Chainsaw Man launched forward, the chainsaw revving furiously as he sprinted towards Lucy, his body a blur. He was ferocious, a whirlwind of destruction. Lucy instinctively summoned her first celestial spirit, Leo the lion, who emerged in a flash of light, roaring defiantly. "Leo! Block him," she commanded, her voice steady. Leo lunged to intercept, aiming to absorb the impact of Chainsaw Man's charge. With a fierce growl, Chainsaw Man swung wildly, attempting to slice through Leo, but the spirit was fast and agile, dodging just in time. However, the impact of their clash sent shockwaves through the arena, forcing Lucy to brace herself. Leo endured, utilizing his own formidable powers to create a shockwave, but Chainsaw Man was relentless. He twisted and turned, using his chainsaw arm to parry against Leo's powerful strikes. Lucy seized the moment to conjure Sagittarius, the celestial spirit of the archer. An ethereal bow formed in Sagittarius' hands, pulling an arrow from thin air, glimmering with magical energy. It aimed directly at Chainsaw Man. "Now, Sagittarius. Fire!" she shouted. The arrow soared through the air like a comet, aimed with precision to pierce Chainsaw Man's defenses. As the arrow approached, Chainsaw Man's instincts kicked in. He pivoted swiftly, raising his chainsaw arm to deflect the projectile. The arrow exploded on impact, showering sparks and magical energy across the battlefield. However, it didn't end there. Lucy had anticipated his movements. "Aquarius! Now!" she cried, summoning her water spirit just as the blast subsided. Aquarius appeared, wielding her water magic to summon a torrent that rushed towards Chainsaw Man, attempting to restrain him. Chainsaw Man momentarily faltered, surprised by the sudden deluge. But with a roar of determination, he activated his chainsaw, revving it up to a monstrous volume, ripping through the water wave like paper. The spirals of water turned to mist upon contact, dissipating as he charged forward once again. "You can't hold me!" Chainsaw Man bellowed, lunging towards Lucy with reckless abandon. She realized that she had to strategize quickly, for his sheer tenacity thrived on chaos. As he closed the distance, she reached into her pouch for Capricorn's key, ready to summon that spirit for a counterattack. "Capricorn, come forth," she shouted, and in a flash of light, a majestic goat-like creature appeared, its horns shimmering fiercely. Use your power to ground him. Lucy commanded, hoping to leverage Capricorn's formidable abilities. Capricorn leapt into action, charging at Chainsaw Man with tremendous force. Chainsaw Man brought his chainsaw down, aiming for Capricorn, but the spirit was agile, dodging and twisting, attempting to evade the attack while grazing Chainsaw Man with a powerful kick that sent him stumbling back. However, Chainsaw Man's resilience was unmatched. He somersaulted to regain his balance and spun back around, nails on his chainsaw glinting ominously. With a roar, he charged once more, intent on finding Lucy, who evaded him just in time, dashing to the side as he lunged with an insatiable hunger for destruction. Virgo. Lucy called next, channeling her celestial energy. She summoned Virgo, who appeared with a flurry of stars. Use your celestial magic to bind him. Lucy commanded urgently. Virgo twirled, her own magic forming chains of light that aimed to restrain Chainsaw Man, wrapping around him as he tried to escape. Chainsaw Man struggled against the celestial bindings, but they flickered as he fought harder. I won't be bound. He bellowed, the chainsaw arm revving furiously against the magical restraints. With a grunt of effort, he clustered his energy to break free. Lucy felt a wave of urgency. She could not let him out of her sights. Knowing time was running out, Lucy summoned one of her strongest spirits, the majestic and formidable Gemini. Gemini, now. You know what to do. Their twin forms appeared with their ability to clone and create illusions, revealing duplicates of Chainsaw Man to Kinsey's surprise. But even as the duplicates appeared, Chainsaw Man remained unfazed. Chainsaw Man, detecting the clones' deception, ignored them and focused instead on Lucy. In desperation, Lucy raised her hands to conjure the full force of her celestial gates. I summon the power of all my spirits, she proclaimed, channeling every ounce of magic within her. With a radiant burst of energy, Lucy combined the strengths of her celestial spirits. Bright light enveloped the arena, swirling around her as she unleashed the full might of her creativity, the power of stars coiling around her, illuminating the battlefield. Chainsaw Man, propelled by his unyielding desire to fight back, activated his chainsaw, a primal roar escaping his lips as he dashed forward in a final attempt. The arena trembled under the force of his oncoming charge. Lucy steeled herself, bracing for impact as she perceived Chainsaw Man hurtling toward her through the brightness. Just as their powers collided, a blinding surge erupted, illuminating the entire arena as their energy clashed with apocalyptic intensity. Spectators shielded their eyes, enthralled by the unparalleled spectacle. Dust and debris spiraled into the chaos, but amidst it all, Lucy's voice rang out above the noise. Celestial spirits, lend me your strength, she cried at the top of her lungs. The binding chains of light flickered in the aftermath. Gemini's illusions shimmered, and Capricorn delivered one last explosive kick to Chainsaw Man, which sent him crashing into the ground. Chainsaw Man, pinned yet unbroken, summoned the last vestiges of his strength to push himself off the ground again, roaring in defiance. But Lucy, tapping into the power of her celestial spirits, struck decisively. The blinding light converged, forming a massive celestial symbol as her spirits coalesced around her, intertwining in an ecstatic display. With this power, you will not prevail. Lucy declared, channeling her magic for a final blow. The ground erupted with energy, and in one climactic moment, she unleashed her spell in an unimaginable wave of radiant light. Chainsaw Man, caught in that explosion, felt the full force of Lucy's power overwhelming him. His chainsaws revved desperately, trying to counter her spell, but ultimately, he was engulfed by the brilliant light. The arena shook, a sound akin to a sonic boom cascading into the atmosphere as the energy dissipated. When the dust settled, Chainsaw Man lay defeated on the ground, finally still, his chainsaw arm deactivated. The roar of the crowd erupted, a mix of gasp and roar. Lucy stood tall, breathing heavily, victory and exhaustion washing over her. Amidst the standing ovation from the spectators, she turned to the fallen warrior. There was no hatred or triumph in her eyes, only respect for the formidable opponent she'd just faced. In the world of the Who Will Win tournament, the outcome was clear: Lucy had emerged victorious against the fearsome Chainsaw Man. But this was only the beginning. The roar of the crowd echoed through the arena as the next match awaited, and whispers of what was to come filled the air. One thing was certain: Lucy had left her mark, and in the multiverse of animated heroes, her power would not soon be forgotten.